We welcome you back to ESPN's continuing coverage of the World Series of Bowling. Thomas Smallwood with a back injury, really no match for Jason Belmonte. The final score there, 222 to 175. Semifinal number 2, Sean Rash taking on Mike Devaney. Rash made last week's show, flamed out on the chameleon oil pattern in the semis when he lost to Ronnie Russell 172 to 170. More on that match coming up. And it'll be Rash from Wichita, Kansas, getting us started here in our second semifinal. Great start for Rash.
I feel like you mean it this time.
May have been a little too loose last week. Bowling chameleon.
I don't know if it was so much that as it was the oil pattern was so brutal that there was so much processing being done on just trying to get your ball to strike that he just blacked out when he shot the spare. It was a huge mistake whipping all 4 pins when he left the 3, 6, 9, 10, eventually only losing by 2 pins.
And that was in the 10th frame as well. Here's his opponent, Mike Devaney from San Diego. Heavy. And he is throwing urethane today.
Yeah, and we've seen it a lot here at the World Series of Bowling. The synthetic lanes in the arena are an older synthetic, and there has been a lot of friction. You saw Ryan Simonelli, Ryan Page throwing urethane. Oh, bad move there. So when you get high rev guys on a high friction surface, they're going to do whatever they have to get the ball in the pocket. And a lot of them have found a home with the urethane equipment.
Devaney did not make a show last season. In fact, his best finish was 7th. He did that twice at the Chameleon Championship in Taylor, not too far from here, and at the Lumber Liquidators Shark Championship in Baltimore. Devaney opening up with an open frame 8. The 7 was surrounded, but did not put up the white flag and drop.
You know, and I like this play with the urethane ball because for a guy like Mike Devaney, who really hooks it a lot, he is going to minimize that overreaction. You know, if he touches the holes a little bit more than one shot or from one shot to the next, he's not going to see the ball going sideways. And quite honestly, if he converts the 3, 6, 10, he's got 19 in the first frame. Well, Sean Rash can get through or get by with this amount of friction because of his ball speed. He can really bring the heater. And so he can cut down on that angular reaction by just throwing it harder.
Oh, God, hit a tree.
1, 2, 4.
Well, you may be sitting at home asking yourself, where is the Scorpion King, Wes Malott? Where is the Big Nasty?
I was bowling Sean Rash for the TV show, and coming over to this arena bay has definitely been difficult. They hook so much more, and you just run out of room. You know, he could just keep his angles closed down, and obviously he can throw it harder and still get it to hit, and he just overpowered me is what it came down to.
There's some of that power that Wes was talking about. We missed the Big Nasty, but don't worry, we'll see plenty of him in the coming weeks. He's a semifinalist next Sunday's Shark Championship, as well as the December 13th PBA World Championship, the first major of the season.
That's a little better.
Much better for Rash.
Hey, Sean, how do you like your ball reaction early on?
Well, besides hitting it into the water on the second frame, first 2 out of 3 shots have been pretty good. So just take one shot at a time and stay focused here.
Thanks, Sean.
Rash with an early dozen lead over Devaney. This week, Devaney in best of 7 play never went more than 6 games. He's had pretty good luck here, at least in a couple tournaments at the World Series of Bowling, was 9th in the Motor City Classic, 46th at the Cheetah, 41st in the Viper, then picked it up with 10th in the Chameleon. And here he is in the second semifinal at the Scorpion Championship.
Yeah, and leaving a solid 9 with the urethane ball is not so lucky.
Oh, got it.
Just one tour title for Devaney. Let's go back to January 5th of 03, the Geico Earl Anthony Classic out in Tacoma. He won that on the shark pattern, beating Norm Duke for his only title. Since then, 128 events without a winner's check.
Very talented guy, but also extremely funny. He is one of the funniest guys you'll ever meet.
And his first strike. So after some early match issues, Devaney may have figured things out, but it's Sean Rash with the early lead here in semifinal number 2, the winner to take on Jason Belmonte for the title.